All Odin, yeah, that would be fun. So all Zeus merit. Contrary to what you might believe, it's actually not all that common. So the first to look at is PK, I suppose. So let's see how actual players approach this map as with their strategy. Right now, I suppose so far, oh well, that's really unorthodox. That steals 50 wood from you for an extra ship, but still, he's going for the bigs here. So he is hoping it will pay off, and he has another bigs here, so that's pretty nice. And seems to be finding a pretty sweet spot for his first dock. But right now doesn't see fish, so we will have to return later to see if the position is correct. Looking at Visanji, he's doing the same thing as Steel, literally the same thing. And how is his position? He will be having a dock pretty soon, but doesn't see anything. And we can already see first guy from Teal here, and maybe he will stop the Willy from building the dock. Oh, if he just turned into the left, he could have killed it, but he didn't. I'm kinda sure he was going for it, because he was there very soon, and well, he just missed it. So he's probably going to try to find some extra release, and possibly triple bolt here. So is he going there, or will he lose the scout first? No, second, and third one. So, where is it? Nowhere. Nowhere, nowhere. And you can see two bolt, double bolt was here as well, from dots. So that seems like all three bolts from dots actually, and just one was wasted from PKs in dots base. So third one to look at from PKs is 7-Up, also building the dock, or rather, sorry, gathering storehouse right here, and his fishing spots are not really good. Literally zero here, that's pretty terrible, and all the way here, so that's a long time for him. And Red, well, he's much better off here. Moving on to dots. Okay, they already moved away from their starting position as well, so it seems like everybody is going slightly slower advance from Zeus. You can advance a bit faster, but it won't really matter because everybody is doing this, and his fishing spots are pretty nice. To add his dock, 3 here, but well, he's actually contesting with his teammate. He's a bit stealing his ship, his fishing spots, so he better hope that he has as sweet ones as his purple teammate. Purple right now is kinda okayish as well, having a lot of picks, and well, green one is the only one right now gathering from wild boars, so he is boosting his economy by quite some extent. His fishing spot is very sweet, 3 here, 3 here, quite possibly something as well, and returning back to the teal one. In the end, even though he didn't see anything, his spots proved to be pretty great. 9 fishing spots right next to his dock, so he is very well off. We are at 320, so is maybe someone thinking about building a dock? Not teal, but red, as you can see, already is. But you wouldn't expect it from teal either, because he was triple bolted, so he should be having the same kind of trouble as briefcase on the dot side. Blue is already with dock, so he kinda might be expecting to advance soon. Right now stopping the production, so possibly hoping to get it. Yeah, just now sending Willies to give all the food they have, and it's still not enough. Now it is enough, and he's going through Athena. How's he looking for the opponents? Well, PokerStar will be doing the same thing, I think, very soon. Yep, just now sent Willies in, and you can see your shelter is 30%, and briefcase not advancing yet, because same problems as his steel counterpart. Right now it seems like Dod's guys will be a bit faster into into the second age. You can see that PokerStar is building his second dock, an advantageous position for his fishing spots to protect them better. And Teal is building them, well, also together at least from these three in a better time. Green still at one dock, and Icipole just now going for the second, and he will be having a pretty sweet spot here to defend against his opponents. Red building second here as well, and well, Blue is building one aggressively, kinda similar to PokerStar, so everything seems to be kinda evenish. PokerStar's scout is here, waiting for this TC to see when his opponent is trying to switch into land, possibly. Or maybe he's waiting here just in case he goes into Underworld Passage, and this guy is doing the same thing. He is waiting here just for his job as a surprise man. So first aggressive ships on the water should be popping up, and they are. And it seems like purple together with yellow will try to double blue at the top. And is red trying to do that? No, he's actually going to the bottom, trying to pick his 1v1 with green, who is really slow. And I think right now though that red will have to turn back to the top, because otherwise this double will hurt his opponent, his teammate, quite badly. Right now though, the maneuvers are not really going all that great from Shelty, who has abandoned his teammate and right now has discovered that red was waiting for him. So these guys should maybe converge at one spot so that restorations are better. But since the restorations are from both teams, it doesn't really matter all that much, as they will benefit both teams. So this will basically be all about the better fight and better use of restoration on the water, I think. And we are nearing a battle where restoration could actually come into play here. Quite possibly from both sides. And I think once one side calls it, second will as well. And we just might see some misplays like multiple restoration from one team. So far not going from Shelty, so they have good communication. And actually, PKs opted not to go for restoration of their own and they just retreated. And well, they hope to outmaneuver their opponents. And so far they are doing so quite nicely. So the communication between dots is not as great as I just said, as it seems that most of the times it is just one dot against double of PK. Another restoration popping in from PK, right now from dots as well. And right now red a bit slower to retreat, but still not really any substantial damage done. And let's look at the bottom. How is it looking here between those two leggers? That's green and teal. Green seems to be doing quite decently against teal, but not really. It was just teal biding his time. And there are some multicolored dots here. And you can see that's because Shelter is trying to raid teal. So that's kinda nice. And he is being helped by Briefcase here. So that's a pretty sweet aggression. And kinda unexpected. And third bolt coming into effect. And that's what kinda means an end to dots raiding, but still you can see all those willies not gathering anything right now. And well, that could mean downtime in ship production here. So this is kinda evenish, so let's look at the huge battle at the top. Still some restoration, yep. One from Briefcase and double from PK. So this is, well, obviously going for PK. And if they employ another restoration, it's pretty much done deal. But at the same time you can see that Shelty is kinda recognizing the position and is already at 2 TCs, so he is transitioning to land pretty nicely. But this is water ownage right there. But still they shouldn't underestimate it, and yep, this is the restoration I was waiting for. And that should seal the battle more or less. Even the Briefcase trying to make some magic happen from his side as well. And green helping. Ah, yeah, that's a nice one. And Teal is very late to the party, but he's doing all he can to actually join. So will he, or will he be doubled? Oh no, he will be doubled right now by purple together with green. And he needs to run away as fast as he can. And that gives a window of opportunity for blue to actually push against his yellow teammate. And where is red? Right now in the middle, trying to help Teal. And they are doubling right now, the green one. So this is just a game of doubles, where each opponent is trying to force the other players to make a tactical mistake on the water and be doubled. And well, when it goes bad, everybody just retreating to the docks. So I'm kind of thinking, since is this even the water battle, it will be decided by who advances into heroic first. So I'm just gonna switch into TC soon to see who actually will be advancing. On the minimap you can check that blue is taking second TC, same as steel on the PK side. So they will be in a TC advantage soon. And green was kinda caught in a very bad situation when he actually ran out of space to flee. But right now he was joined by his purple teammate, and Teal is losing ships just kinda needlessly, but he doesn't have a long way to go for his own docks for protection. This means, though, that at the top it should be 2 PKs versus 1 dot, but not really, as purple is having a huge amount of ships and is able to handle both sides quite decently. So at this point I'm kinda curious what's this. Oh, this is just a scout, possibly seeing these guys getting gold here. So that's honorable passage from PKs. And I'm quickly gonna check the TCs of the players. If someone isn't going into heroic. Nobody from dots. From PKs also nobody. So it's still good old classical fight with actually someone up possibly thinking about 30C here. At the same time on the water, this is a red together with purple. Red should be getting a few cheap shots here. And well, this is a good old 2v2 with Teal not firing with all he can, but still pretty decent battle right there. And even though red is losing all his ships, but that's mainly because both green and purple were firing just as his ships, while teal had just a free fire at the enemy, and well, he was the one killing the dots trireme. At the top, where yellow is battling with blue, yeah, it's kind of the battle you don't want to take, but near the dock, where you are outnumbered. But right now it's blue who is getting outnumbered, and that shouldn't last long though, because teal and red are joining in for some proper 3v3. And the battle is anywhere but over. Teal retreating, and blue, well, he's having quite a decent army here, and it's close to his docks, so he has the shortest way to replace his losses. So that's why he is owning the battle. And together with red, they are doing a decent job here, actually killing purple. And well, it's not like yellow has a lot of ships, it just seems so, but they are half dead, so once they get under heavy fire, they will be dying like flies. So it's not much of an army, it just looks like one. And TCs are just being captured in large numbers right now, but more in dot side, who seem to be preparing for the landing operation right now. And how's it looking for blue? No, that's just expanding of echo, and right now the first archery range being prepared. Looking at the DCs, this one is in siege range, I think, at least in Mythical Age, yeah, it will be. And this one definitely is, so it seems to be more important right now for dots, because this one should be in range as well. So they have dot have two in range of water, whereas PK just one, so these dots are kinda pushed to try and win the water very hard. But so far, it's looking like PKs are a bit more in the power here, and unless some heroic surprises them, they should be winning. Yeah, you can see that green just lost absolutely everything, and he's not even really building anymore. So red here as well, just taking purple, purple returning together with yellow, and this means that blue will push from the top, trying to kill yellow, who has a lot of almost the chips, so he should be having a pretty sweet battle of this. And red versus purple, well, that's kinda equal. But one still joins, and it should be it, and water in PK's power. Because green is already out, and is he even giving up? Yeah, he just gave up on the water. But, sweet play on the land here, where Icy Paul is so consumed by his water battles that he forgot to defend his land, and right now, even though he discovered that Briefcase is there, it's all too late, and Briefcase is right now at 3 TCs and 4, and that's pretty bad for Icy Paul that he did not see this. And this should give Briefcase quite some decent advantage, and he has armory up, so he's already thinking about advancing into Heroic, so that's pretty nice. And though not yet advancing, so how about the other guys? Also armory up, so probably some advance soon. Yep, just as I said it, Heroic Age for Shelty. And yellow, 11%, 11%, blue not advancing yet, red taking 30C, but not advancing either. And we can still see those two dot guys here waiting just for the right moment to cast the Underworld Passage and deal all kind of damage to the back of PK's economies. So finally everything converging here on yellow, as blue and red making the battle clear. Yellow is just not building anymore, resigning on the water altogether, while teal is cleaning the bottom, and well, not even any sea chips from Shelty here. Those are just recognizing that the water is lost altogether, and not even pumping sea chips should be enough to help them. Just at the same time, it seems like PokerStar was intending to attack. 7up was having the absolute same thoughts, but this is more of a raiding army than anything else. And on the heroic, as you can see, dots are through both of them, so they could be thinking about some faster mythic, possible the pocket from Shelty. I would kind of expect a faster mythic from him. Yeah, here it is. 60% into Hephaestus. That's going to be kind of decent time, especially considering that nobody from PK is really advancing. You can see that Visanji is going to help his steel teammate, because he will be having all kinds of trouble against those 4 TCs. And the trouble begins right now, with Briefcase trying to push through. Upgraded Hippicons, so yeah, that's much better raiding right on. And a bit of idle release that will probably pay with their lives for doing nothing. Plenty got power, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the Underworld Passage to the back of PK's base, with some of those Colossi and possibly even more Myrmidons, but sooner it will be just the Colossi. Briefcase is the third dot into Heroic, and so far none of PK. So I'm just gonna check real quick again all those DCs from PKs, if someone is at least responding to this game. Oh, at least 7up is 80% through, so he'll be able to help his teammates through some Underworld Passage, but he seems to be having Another nice time with his yellow opponent, who is right now at his doorstep, preparing to build his own fortress, covering this gold, and at the same time he is more looking to get defensible position right next to his teammate and get the Petroboli to take down the TC. So fun times incoming for 7-up. And well, this battle is going well for PKs because they are doubling here on the green. Hephaestus plenty and Underworld Passage number 1. So where is it going? Here, right next to the TC, and that's Myrmidons and Colossi going just back into Visanji. And he's going from where? We're just gonna check there real soon, and it should be from his base right on. Visanji also through Heroic, but yeah, that won't stop him from losing this TC. So there's TC down, and right now PKs will have to respond to this. They can't really do aggressive underworld passage right now because they have the enemy at their doorstep, and you can see that Chelte is making the most of it. Right now stealing the TC, and well, is there some army nearby? Literally zero. Just now Red building his military barracks, but it will be way too late, especially when Green is helping him right now. Everybody in Heroic at least. But you can see all 3 dots right now in Mythic. Well, that's pretty very bad. That's pretty very bad right now, and horrible news for PK. And PK just now saying it's a GG. And to be honest, I think so too. Because right now dots are housed right at the back of PK's bases. And it's not like PKs can advance soon enough into Mythic to do something about this with some decent units of their own. PK is now through, so that's at least one of them, so it's not going to be an altogether thrashing, but still. Icipol lost another TC here, and Colossi are just going for the next victim here in this TC. Fortress being built. Right when it's built, I guess it's going to switch into another TC building. And how's he looking at the top? Well, yellow is finally able to mount some decent siege, but it's kinda late because the advance into Mythic for PK was just in time, and he is being able to use it to the fullest. And he's also employing some nice tower spam, but he's hoping to defend his base with just the towers, and he's ending his army through Underworld Passage to help his teammate. And where is the other end of the blue one? Is it here, or is it in the enemy's base? I'm just looking at the minimap where the blue bob may just go up. Ah, okay, so that's just here, because there was another Underworld cast by Green, who has just transported at another bag of red, and dots seem to be very intent on killing Visanji altogether. And yep, they are succeeding. There's a lot of Colossi, and PKs are dead right now. Dots taking the lead 2-0, and it's just one game left for them to advance to the finals of the League Cup. Pretty seed play, and even though Dots lost the water in the end, they, I think, lost that on purpose. They just gave up, made PK overcommit a bit more than them. They went into the land sooner, and the fast mythics, faster advances into heroic and fast mythics after that, decided the game. Good job. Shelty as the MVP as the pocket, so yeah, we can agree on that. That's usually what you get, the pocket being the strongest, and he's not harassed at all. Sweet economies from everyone. You can see that the DoD briefcase 18 minute, 20 minute, Shelty 15, almost 16, 18, and PokerStar 18, almost 17, 19, 17. So all dots were clicking into Mythic right after they reach Heroic, so that was a pretty decent plan from them, all three. And 7-Up, well, he was doing pretty much the same thing, also clicking Mythic right after hitting Heroic. I just thought those two PK guys a bit lagging behind, research count as well, and even though they won the water, everybody has the most use unit item. It wasn't enough. And, well, nice job.